What's going on? This is your boy Sermon at Sermon's Domain on Twitter. Vic Mensa is home after some legal trouble earlier in the year, and he's wasting no time in getting the ball rolling. Just a few days ago, he announced a new EP titled The Manuscript, and it came with little promo. It came out on June 9th. He debuted the OMG single featuring Pusha T and produced by Pharrell on Beats One. But aside from that, it was like, here's a title, here's a trailer, here's a track listing, here's a song, boom, all in the span of just a couple days. Good music tends to travel across the internet, so it really doesn't matter. I think he'll be fine in the long run. And plus, this is just a small EP. It's actually the beginning of his album campaign. His album, which currently doesn't have a title. I know he was going with Traffic, but it seems like that's changed. It currently doesn't have a release date, but Vic Mensa told Rolling Stone that he hopes to have it out before the end of the summer. And he has, 3 or 4 months. I think he can pull that off. With this EP, it was hard to pick favorites, mainly because after listening several times, I grew to like every song on here. But I did have to choose just two to highlight, and I chose the first one being Rolling Like a Stoner. Due to the repetitive hook, it took me a while to appreciate the genius of Vic Mensa's Rolling Like a Stoner. I think Vic is someone who is a huge thinker. Like, he thinks of how he wants to convey his message, and I think he went the smart route on this record. Instead of like preaching to people over like some kind of a less dramatic beat, he goes for like that energetic party vibe. And it goes back to the fact that the hook is a little bit repetitive. Like, it's something that you can envision yourself singing at a party or in the club or wherever. On this record, he delivers a message about being an alcoholic and how like the party scene influences that. And I thought that was like a real nice take, especially considering that he took the standard sound, that party turn up vibe, and attached the message to it. I think that's something that is sure to be like a hit. I really do like the artist that Vic Mensa has evolved into. When I was reading his interview with Rolling Stone, he mentioned that Rolling Like a Stoner is a song that is connected to the album. The album is going to be like this interconnected story. And so Rolling Like a Stoner might be the best indicator of where he plans to go on his debut album. The other song that I had to include was the last song, titled Rage. Now, this one is surprising to see included on the EP. There was a lot of hype and buzz surrounding this record. He talked about it on the title track for There's a Lot Going On. And then he did an interview at some point last year where he said that Beyonce loved this song. So right there, it's like, all the praise in the world, why is this not on his debut album? And I kind of feel like this might be a record that ends up on the EP and on the album, because it's just that good. I feel like there's a lot to talk about with this song, and instead of like trying to just break down the concept and move on, I wanted to highlight a couple of the lines and talk about them. So he says, "They say home is where the hate is. I'm from where they kill their own. Probably filming on their phone, a generation addicted." I think that is a very accurate line from Vic, coming from Chicago. And just the line about, people filming it on their phone instead of helping, like, that is very accurate. You see all these videos, whether it's like a fight or a shootout, you see all these people like having their phones up to their face and filming that instead of like trying to help. So it's definitely one of those lines that, jumped out at me. The other one was, "Tired of chasing pills that I'm tired of taking." And I think that is a double entendre, whether Vic wanted it to be or not. I like the fact that, the idea of chasing pills, like chasing, like with alcohol, you gotta chase pills down, which is supposedly a very bad combination, but The other aspect of it is like chasing pills. You gotta chase like the dealer. You gotta find the person that has the pills. And so I thought that was a very articulate line, something that, again, jumped out at me. So if Rage doesn't end up making the album, I will find a place for it myself. Whenever Vic Mensa's debut album comes out, I will just add it wherever I feel like it'll fit, because this is a record that is just very epic and passionate. It's one of those records where there's just so much to unravel, so much to talk about. Now let's talk about the least favorite aspect of the EP, and it's the same thing that I talk about with almost every EP. EP equals too short. Fortunately though, I am willing to forgive Vic Mensa because the album is supposed to be coming in just a couple months. This is something to get everybody excited. We're not going to have to wait too long. I was having a conversation with my, my writer friend Yo, who writes at DJ Booth. And one of the things he said was, how would you define Vic Mensa's music? It's a question that's hard to really pinpoint. Since coming into the industry, Vic has went through a lot of changes, and that's a good thing. I think it's good that he's been able to experiment and figure out what he needs to do. I really felt like he was onto something with There's a Lot Going On. Like that type of sound, that type of concept is needed. And so you kind of see a spill over on the Manuscript, and it's safe to say that that will be something that is powered on his album, something that you see an abundance of. So hopefully that's the case with, just a little bit of experimenting here and there. The Manuscript is a great little project. Like I said, it's not going to leave you satisfied. It's going to leave you wanting more, and Vic will deliver with his debut album in the near future. So those are my thoughts on Vic Mensa's The Manuscript EP. Once you check it out, let me know what you think about it in the comment section below, and then like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, share the video. Follow me on Twitter at Sermons Domain, and as always, thank you for your time. I appreciate you for watching, and until next time, peace.